Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a daily check, checking in on the energies of today for anybody who's drawn to see this video, whenever you're drawn to watch it, so that it's the right time and the right message for you. So, going to start with a Kali Oracle card. Ooh, this came out last week. Dharma of Kali. It's been interesting how in the last week and a half that I've been pulling Kali cards, a handful of the same cards keep showing up. That happens with tarot too. I find that fascinating. So, all right, Dharma of Kali. I'm getting a balancing duality, an ability to be all of who you are. Let's find out, shall we? All right, 37, Dharma of Kali. Her every action is infused with loving purpose. Every challenge and every opportunity in your life exists by her divine design. Her spiritual intelligence is within your heart. When you trust in your integrity and proceed according to your soul's values, you are trusting and empowering her to be at cause in your life. Everything that is happening is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is being established. You are being led into it. Wow, am I feeling that? I love that when you trust in your integrity and proceed according to your soul's values, how important it is to know yourself, to know what you value and what you don't. Everything that is happening is a part of how your prayers are being answered. That I'm getting that for a long time, you asked for change. Big prayers, big intentions, big conscious manifesting of something very important to you, being more happy, being more sure of yourself and your path. And what I'm getting is that we might have judged some of the changes that have happened that we've perceived as upheaval, as bad, as unwanted, as uncomfortable, that they are essential, a necessary part of making way for the change that you requested. I'm getting an image of a building. And so you had built out a lot in your life, structure. And with where you wanted to go, with what you were asking the universe to co-create with you, you could not create what you were wanting to create without raising the building, without some demolition, and the building being old ways of perceiving. And we might have all, to varying degrees, perceived this as something bad happening to us. And it might have been very painful. With that being said, it's a necessary step to clear the slate, to show you how to release, to show you what needs to be released. Okay, this image was coming up this morning for me. In the past, I was a dog trainer, and part of my job, most of my job really as a dog trainer, wasn't to just change the dog's behavior, communicate with the dog, clear a line of communication so the dog understood what I wanted and what I didn't. But really, as my job was to train the humans how to work with their dog from where each of them was. So anyway, one of the examples, some people train their dogs and they're all very, no, don't, and they don't know how to encourage, how to celebrate when the dog does something wonderful. They use all negative. Don't do that. No. And they're chasing what they perceive as bad behavior, unwanted behavior. And then there are people that I worked with who are all just like, oh my gosh, oh puppy, no. They couldn't find a gear to say no. This is an unwanted energy. They, so, and then there are plenty of people in between and with varying issues. But how I would explain what needs to change in this scenario with one or the other, or is imagining a group of people and they're in a room. This is a great party game, and one person has a blindfold on, and they hide in the game, they hide an object somewhere in the room. And the goal is to communicate with just yes and no. It's like hot and cold, that game Hot and Cold, getting hotter, 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 yeah. And so you can try different ways. You're not allowed to say no. You're only allowed to say yes. Try that. And it takes, does it work? Yes. It takes a lot longer. There's some confusion and getting lost, trying to figure out what direction. The quickest way is yes and no. Because if you could also do the other experiment, the people can only command the blindfolded person to the object by using no's. And what you notice playing the game is that the person blindfolded also gets really frustrated with only one clue, only a yes or a no, even more frustrated, and just shuts down and just gives up, leads to a lot of frustration. You also learn, if you add the yes and no, that if you get frustrated with the blindfolded person and like, no, you're part of the communication. It's not all on them. It's really a communication, a connection exercise. And so what I'm getting is, the picture I got was that spirit has been saying yes and no. And we've been a bit blindfolded and not sure what we're even trying to find, maybe at times. And now, especially in the energies right now, it's a very sensitive space. And spirit is giving you that, yes, this is good. This is good. You're on the right path, getting warmer. And when you feel a no, something not going right, or you might feel that this means something's not going right. And instead, spirit is just letting you know, it's just not that in that direction for you. That might be someone else's direction to get whatever they're looking for. But spirit, divine, your higher self from a higher vantage point can see the landscape, and you might be trying to make something happen and you're getting a lot of blocks. So maybe pausing and deciding in this new energy, could I have a clear yes or no with this? It's could you show me where the yes is? And not take the no's personally, that things aren't, there might be, when something happens that doesn't go the way you expected, that to not take it personally. This is actually your guides telling you there's a better route. There's a faster way. This isn't the route for you. So maybe releasing judgment on what's coming down the pike towards you, to not immediately label it as bad or good. But if it hits you in a really fantastic way, that is a yes. Bask in that energy. Appreciate that energy, the people, the situations, to allow that energy to grow. And if something happens that is not desirable, that really hits your emotions, and you have a big response to it, that big response isn't telling you that the world's against you or something's blocking you. It's your guide saying, not that direction, not that direction. And you have an easier time switching things on a vibrational level. Things gather more momentum if you're thinking about them. So if you're thinking about something and kind of pulling yourself away from you becoming more you, you'll feel a negative response, a no from the universe. And if you speak, then it gets bigger. And if you take actions in that direction, then the response is going to get bigger. Or the amount of time, the momentum that you've spent in that energy, you'll have an equivalent response back. I hope this makes sense. So anyway, hope that was helpful. I'll get on with reading now. Message over, or that part of the message. So what does the collective need to know today? Whenever they're tuning in to this video, what's the news you can use? Alrighty. So, all right, friend. In your past was the energy of the Empress in reverse. This energy, upright, is someone so intuitive, someone who receives messages, divine feminine energy. And they know things. It feels like a knowingness, an understanding. It feels a bit like an observer, having that higher self vantage point. So you interact with your world through that knowingness. And so this way is someone very detached from their intuition, someone who doesn't understand that abundance, that we all have access if we want, if we choose to strengthen our connection with our higher self. Now, this, as I'm tuning in, this is someone, when I'm talking about reading energies and using more than just your five senses, I'm getting this energy of poppycock. Like, that's not useful. That's not real. So this is someone who has not experienced many of those experiences within themselves, within their lifetime. Someone who's really staying in the structure, like an unwillingness or unable to clear old structures out of the way, like the metaphor at the beginning of this reading. They're unable or unwilling to clear structures and build anew. They, you know, what is it is, and that's the way it is. So what do we need to know about this energy? So this could be a lot of people in your life. This could even be, honestly, your energy at some point, you know, when you were maybe less awake on your path, less conscious, still confined by and defined by how others perceive you and what others want for you, before you focused more on your soul path. And I'm getting that this type of energy in your past created a lot of chaos. I think as the energies have been shifting, they've been trying to figure out how to stay within the same structure of how they perceive the world. So there's a refusal to change beliefs. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So as you, I get the feeling that the people or person you were connected with in the past, that at some point you guys were a much better match, beautifully matched. And as the energies changed and as you started changing your energy, shifting your focus inward, doing healing work, raising your vibration, healing traumas, seeing yourself and seeing situations and others more clearly, unmasking yourself, wanting to be more authentic and genuine. This energetic shift that you had, they felt on some spiritual level, consciously or unconsciously, they felt this as your energy pulling away, you abandoning the connection, because the connection's supposed to stay forever, maybe a little change, but not change, not radical changes, but, you know, acceptable changes for this person who's very uncomfortable with changes, who doesn't like the energy shift, doesn't want to face ego death and the painful aspects of seeing yourself clearly and having to forgive yourself, create healthy boundaries, like all the things that go with that. They were like, no, I do not like this. And they perceived you, because your energy was shifting and you're seeing things differently, you were becoming a new version of them that they didn't they on some level knew you're growing away from them. And they experience this like abandonment. And what I'm getting is that they felt very hurt by this. And instead of healing or whatever other choices, a lot of these beings chose to act out from that place of abandonment and hurt. They felt the disconnection and started punishing you. Part of this was that the more, whenever they would do that, your energy would tank and you would come back. You would stop that growth, stop that focus on your soul and soul fulfillment until you saw too much and you realized that this is exhausting, this is chaos, this is too painful, this isn't the connection I want or wanted. And so I'm getting that this connection to stay healthy needed to find balance. The only way to make this work, the person you were connected with needed to change in order for it to work. And they did not choose that path. And that's okay. We all have free will. This is a free will, anything goes universe that we're in. So that's an interesting new perspective, new way of seeing it. It doesn't make how they behaved like, oh, you get a pass, then I get what's going on. But I think the more we see things from all perspectives or from many sides, then we get the full picture. In current energy, we have 5 of Swords. Get some air in here. Whew. All right. In with my coffee. Okay, 5 of Swords in current energy. What do we need to know about 5 of Swords? This definitely feels like the energy that you were in this connection with. This is 5 of Swords is someone who's in their ego, a bully, smug. This is power plays. Someone who's really at the heart of the situation is very insecure. This is someone incredibly insecure. But what they learned, probably growing up from the people around them, was because they grew up around very insecure people who incorporated this type of bullying that to bolster their ego and shove others down to make themselves feel, at least in a temporary way, powerful. People in the 5 of Swords do not realize that the source of true power and what real power looks like. Real power comes from within, an inner strength. Real power isn't about controlling situations and people outside of you. Real power comes from going through a lot, going through so much, going through really difficult times, and everything that comes your way, you eventually figure out and overcome. And this builds an inner strength and inner resilience. So you're not so anxious and worried about what comes down the pike, because whatever comes towards you, you are able to conquer, you are able to process, you are able to learn the lessons and make necessary changes within yourself, within your spirit, your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. And so it's not, I'm confident that everything's going to go my way. It's not. I think that's what Five of Sword people think, is if I can control everything out here, then nothing bad can get to me. And instead, people with real, true inner strength and confidence are so confident in themselves that they're not worried about what comes down the pike. And energetically, that trust, that surrender, and the release of anxiety and fear and control does indeed lead to things smoothing out. When you get more and more to that point, and life isn't about never having another painful experience. Life is about, I don't know, what is life about? But I don't feel like it's about, I'm never going to have to feel pain again. Okay, so the person in that Five of Swords energy, whoever that is, maybe it's a group. Maybe it's an amalgam of a lot of people. Maybe it's one person you're thinking of. They're definitely feeling that your ships are coming in. You no longer treat yourself as an option. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's yeah, you're not an option. That's why I'm laughing. Your value, your stock in yourself and how you perceive yourself has changed drastically. Wow. And this isn't like ego, I'm so amazing. This is you just owning your strengths, finding them, appreciating them, realizing what you bring to the table, what you bring to the party, and not beating yourself up for things that you're working on or things that you don't care about yourself. Okay, what do we need to know? What is this? This feels like yesterday's reading had this very similar energy around the same area of the spread. It's denoting how stuck this person is. They're experiencing delays, not moving forward. It might be experienced as moving backwards. Okay, why do we need to know about this? What's the takeaway? Okay, let me take a look, see. Let me make sure this is right. Okay, so whoever the Five of Swords person is and feels like it, them, they, whoever this is from your past, and whoever they're tied with, connected with. Maybe they weren't alone in causing the Five of Swords, deceptive energy. Whoever could have been a third party, could be a friend, whoever they were kind of collaborating with, and you might have perceived collaborating against you type of energy. There's this real, I feel like they might be receiving a lot of karma right now and experiencing delays. So you're moving forward and they're experiencing delays. You are moving on. You have moved on. That energy is in your rear view. I get the feeling that the more and more you move forward and move towards your soul's fulfillment, that you know, that energy is still in your rear view and your side mirrors, and so, but it's getting further and further in the distance. And I think in current energy, you know, in the past energy, they could feel that as abandonment, and responded in a very harsh, punishing way. And in current energy, I get that it feels like karma coming back. Karma is not a punishment. It doesn't have any titles like good or bad. Karma is just what you put out, you get back. So you can receive wanted karma and unwanted. But karma is this amazing law of the universe, third law, that really allows you to gauge and learn from how you're behaving and how it echoes back into your experience, so you can decide who you want to be moving forward. Your higher self is in King of Swords in reverse. I'm also getting there's something about your current energy right now where you're moving, like you're making movement, you're making actual actions, and this person people we've been looking at, it's like they're stuck in their mental body, and they think and think and think, but they can't seem to find how to implement what they're thinking into action in a way that's positive for themselves. Maybe you've been in that space yourself at some point. All right, what do we need to know about the King of Swords in reverse? Ooh, I'm getting that you're clearing in your energy thoughts. This feels like releasing beliefs that you might still be entertaining in your thoughts, maybe your words as well. This is where you are have been betraying, like self-betrayal, holding back your blessings. I don't feel like you consciously were like, I'm gonna destroy my blessings, I'm gonna block myself, I'm going to sabotage myself. This will be fun. You might be in a habit. It feels like the people, the energies that I'm looking at, that they sabotage others. They try to block others' blessings. This feels like spite, spitefulness, pettiness, trying to manipulate outcomes for the negative, consciously trying to block others that they feel they have a valid reason for. It feels punishing. And juvenile. You might have matched and mirrored this. And so in the old energies, and really by participating in any type of activity like this, you are really blocking your own blessings. You are positive that this person needs to be taken down a notch. This person needs I keep getting this, that's karma is way above your pay grade, is what I'm getting. It's none of your business. Your job is to find your matches, to heal those aspects of yourself, and focus on, yes, where am I supposed to go? This person might have delivered a no, might have shown you a reflection of yourself that you don't like, and instead of shifting who you are, where all your control is, you're trying to change the mirror. You're trying to punish the mirror for showing that reflection. Oh boy. Wow. So finding out right now if there have been people that you're still holding resentment towards in your thoughts, in your words. Are you complaining about someone? Are you really, really digging in and making someone the bad guy and feeling some power, some empower, just like a momentary, maybe this also is part of your energy going on in present time. Yes, it's about that person's energy that I've been reading, but why it's coming up in your reading is that there are those aspects of you that want to punish or sabotage others. And maybe it's time to let those things go, because as karma goes, you might be experiencing or have experienced blocks. Being gentle, releasing judgment with yourself. Realizing, this might be a family trait that you participated in, and maybe it was an unconscious agreement that you had with the person who I'm connecting with, that energy in the past. It might have been how you guys bolstered in the beginning of your relationship. The two of you might have complained about how others aren't as wonderful as the two of you, and it both bolstered your egos. We're good, they're bad, or we're better. It feels like a bit of a competition energy. It also sets up a foundation of a structure where you're not able to reflect honestly within that connection, because it's all about creating a false narrative of how wonderful we are. So building up the ego. and belittling others. Feels like this is really detailed. This is the type of energy that's being asked to be released that does not work well in the new energies, because with how quick this new energy is, you'll feel the karma a lot quicker. It won't be such a slow burn to get that response. It feels like you might immediately get a yes or a no from the universe right now. Ooh, okay. And so as you release this, if this resonates and you see those aspects, you've maybe even been practicing them. Someone who you know, could assure me that this person deserves this. They're a pain in my butt and they're horrible. And so I'm going to, you know, enact vengeance or point it out or try to take them down. And what I'm getting is that if this reading is for you and you see this, it'll be really easy to release this, especially with the Dharma of Kali energy to assist you, and you'll shift your energy to a new way of perceiving things. This message is here to help you release what's holding you back and move forward quicker, very quick, in these energies. All right, your challenge right now is 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is victory, public success. After that, 5 of Wands, chaos energy, 6 of Winds. Oh, 6 of Winds, winning. This definitely feels like that. It feels like boy, it's so interesting. There's so much coming in around this card. Yeah, I feel like this is related to finding more and more situations and people who reflect more of what you prefer, and realizing that when you bump up against when you meet someone, a situation that is something you prefer not to experience, that you're experiencing it in a very different way and finding a different response from yourself. It feels like you're surprising yourself. You've created wonderful boundaries, healthy boundaries. By the way, you do not have to explain healthy boundaries, your healthy boundaries, to others or feel guilty about them. There's also an exhaustion coming through with this. Ooh, I'm also getting like there's movement in this challenge. Maybe you've been visualizing, meditating, so your thoughts are aligned with your spirit, your words are aligned. Maybe it's time, maybe this is your challenge, is to implement what you know and what you say you know into actions. Your challenge is being integrated, is practicing what you preach. I got it. All right, Spirit. Anything else? Any other information we need to know about challenges. The Wheel of Fortune's with you. Yo, baby, the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it's called the Wheel. I call it the Wheel of Fortune. It's up. The universe has got your back. Your challenge is to nurture that belief. Earlier, there was a belief that I talked about, that people are trying to block your blessings. The universe is blocking me. Someone's blocking me. I can't, and what I'm getting is that the challenge, being the wheel, is that creating a belief that the universe, everything that happens is for your benefit. The little sign that I have back here says everything that happens is for my highest and greatest good. So the more you instill that belief, then you see it. You don't take things that happen so personally. You realize, I got a yes today. I got a couple no's. I got another yes. And then kind of pointing you towards using your intuition to find your soul's path. That the universe is giving you as clear of messages as you allow yourself to receive. If you would like to receive clearer messages, a clear yes, a clear no, ask for that. I would love clear messages. Can I get them in the form of dreams? Can I get them in the form of synchronicities, epiphanies? Messages that resonate, that feel personal for me, so I have a instant understanding. How can you better clear the communication pathways between yourself and your guides, your higher self, source, whoever you are connected with and pray to or communicate with? That's really beautiful. I love this. This is very empowering and honest. I hope you're tuning in that there's no judgment, like you're not bad or good. I don't feel that from this energetic frequency that anybody is bad or good in this. It feels like a broad overview of maybe helping explain a different perception from a different point of view what has been happening. So, all right, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment. Love your comments. I love how a lot of you are commenting positive feedback to encourage others who are also on this same journey, and how you encourage others in the comments by responding to their comments. So it feels like just a very caring group. You all are such a caring, loving, considerate group. I just appreciate you so much. Just really enjoying this journey here on YouTube, doing these readings. So anyway, if you feel drawn, I would love a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. So take care. Hope this was helpful. Bye.